The heroic tale of heroically heroic heroes. Episode 1. When destiny comes a-calling. Don't pretend there's no pony home. Equestria, land of freedom, land of plenty, land of butterflies, cute little bunnies, and one or two creatures with more teeth than strictly necessary. But most of all, land of ponies. And so it came to pass that in the land of Equestria, a great age of peace did fall.
This, of course, is not to be confused with the Great Age of Peas, which happened several centuries earlier and was the result of one overworked cafeteria unicorn finally reaching the end of her tether.
Ahem. This age of peace did stretch from shore to shore, mountain to mountain, and all did agree with great solemnity that it was a very nice thing indeed. However, as has always been the way of things, no matter how things are, yea, there are always those for whom a good thing is not good enough. History has marked these voices as rebels and revolutionaries, but more usually has bestowed upon them the footnote of grumpy guts and bellyachers. And so our story begins in the much-vexed town of Ponyville, harbour of harmony, hub of heroes, sporadic epicenter of chaos, place of random singing outbreaks, and home of the Realtors, E.W. Waddle and Son.
And done. Phew, that's a relief. My hooves are sore from typing.
Move your hooves, please.
What? Oh, watch out. Don't joggle the table, or you'll spill ink all over everything.
Whoops. Sorry. Here, let me just wipe that off.
Not with a mop. Not with the mop! Oh, now look. They're ruined.
Whoops. Again. Sorry. Again.
You're always sorry, Bucket. Honestly, can't you be more careful? It's not that difficult to clean an office.
Well, you know what they say. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Bucket, with you around, the omelet is burned, the eggs are smashed, the kitchen is on fire, and the chickens have deserted the hen house in case of future omelet attempts.
That's just silly. I don't own any chickens.
Over.
And even if I did, they'd never run away from me because I'd be really, really nice to them. I'd give them little blankets and pillows instead of prickly, stickly straw, and I'd feed them corn and bread and stuff right out of my hoof, and I'd tuck them in at night, and I'd read them a bedtime story and everything. They'd be super duper happy and never want to leave my hen house, which I'd build, of course. With some help, since I'm not allowed to use saws anymore after that thing with the tree branches and the mayor's picnic.
Okay. That's not one I've heard before.
You, probably don't want to.
So, you'd be really nice to your imaginary chickens?
Oh, sure. Super duper whooper nice.
The same way you were really nice to that pet mouse you had? Or the stray cat you adopted right afterwards?
Well, to be fair, I didn't realize cats eat mice, but the cat was super duper happy.
Oh, yes. Until you brought home that stray dog.
It looked hungry. What else was I supposed to do? I only kept it for one night before I took it to the rehoming center.
The one night that coincided with Tibbles deciding that the two of you just weren't meant to be.
Yeah, coincidence or what?
Listen, Bucket, as stimulating as this conversation is, I have work to do. I now have to retype the minutes from this morning's meeting, and Mr. Waddle has an appointment at 3 o'clock that he wants me to sit in on to take minutes from that, so I have to pull my socks up.
Socks? But you're not wearing any socks. I can see your hooves sticking out from under the table.
For the love of... It's a turn of phrase, Bucket.
Oh, is it from Trottingham? I like it when you teach me weird Trottingham words. I like to use them when I'm talking to other ponies so no pony can understand me.
No pony can understand you anyway.
Huh?
Nothing. The same as what's in your head.
Did you say something?
Just talking to myself.
Oh, you shouldn't do that. Ponies will think you're, a bit weird.
Bucket, we live in a town where seeing Cerberus, an Ursa Minor, and a Hydra in the same week can be considered a bit of an inconvenience. Not to mention spontaneous clones, parasprite attacks, rogue thunderclouds knocking 7 bells out of town hall, and a library that jumps 50 feet in the air when the librarian has a tantrum. Why, just last week, we were all trapped underneath the magical equivalent of a giant fishbowl. The weirdness threshold around here is slightly higher than me talking to myself. Are you nearly done in here?
Nearly. I just have to empty the trash and wipe down the windows.
Well, don't let me stop you.
Honey? Honey?
What?
Guess what?
Did you miss the part where I said I have work to do? Oh, don't look like that. You'll have to narrow it down for what I'm supposed to be guessing.
Guess what I got in the mail yesterday? I'll tell you, an actual Royal Guard helmet.
Excuse me?
I saved up cereal box tops for months to send away for it. It has a buckle to go under my chin, and shiny metal plating, and a real red plume and everything.
A real helmet? The ones that are only ever awarded to actual Royal Guards? The ones that live in the Royal Guard armoury under lock and key when they're not actually upon a Royal Guard head? The ones that have a special enchantment on them so no pony other than their assigned wearer can put them on without a splitting headache?
Yes, that's it. Gosh, you know almost as much about them as I do. Do you want to be a Royal Guard too? That'd be so cool! We could sign up for training together and everything! We could share the same mess hall, take the same classes, both get swords to fight bad guys with, and...
No, Bucket! I don't want to be a Royal Guard. I only know so much about their helmets because you told me.
Really? I told you all that? Wow, that's impressive.
No, what's more impressive is that I'm still talking to you when I should be doing my work. If Mr. Waddle Sr. comes out here and sees us gossiping instead of working, we'll both be for the chop. You know what he's like. A voice like a foghorn and all the charisma of an enema.
You don't want to see it?
See what? An enema?
No. What's an enema?
Never mind. See what?
I want to show you my helmet.
Bucket, if you ever again ask to show me, or indeed any mare, your helmet, I'm warning you now, it won't be pretty. And it may, indeed, be quite painful. For you.
Well, I think it's pretty.
Most stallions do.
Huh?
Never mind.
I only wanted to show you the plume.
Is it made from actual feathers this time?
Well, no. Actually, it's made from this sort of imitation feather, bristly, prickly, bushy, shushy type thing.
So, in other words, a brush.
But it looks like for real feathers from a distance.
Several miles distant, I imagine. What kind of brush?
Huh?
What kind of brush?
Well, it's a red one. Look, I'll show you. I have it here on my cleaning cart.
Why am I not surprised?
I was excited when it arrived in the mail this morning. I couldn't leave it at home. I hid it behind the spare garbage bag so Mr. Waddle Sr. wouldn't see. I keep sneaking looks at it as I'm cleaning up. See? It may be a brush, but it's all swirly-whirly curly, so from a distance you can't really tell.
Bucket, it's a toilet brush.
What?
Your plume. It's the head of a toilet brush that's been dyed red and glued onto the top of the helmet.
No, it isn't.
I think you'll find it is.
No, it isn't. It's it is a toilet brush, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, pony feathers. Not again. Well, this is even worse than the last time when the metal was made from tinfoil, or the time before when that Under Armour I sent for was made of old nets and smelled of fish, or when the sword that cost me 12 dozen donut box clippings turned out to be plastic.
And covered in decorative sprinkles, as I recall. Bucket, maybe you should stop sending away for all these things.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
Bucket, wait, Pony feathers.
Meanwhile, in the distant mountain range to the north of Equestria, in a place where life is harsh, horrible, hard, and other adjectives beginning with H, lies the eternally chilling and indeed somewhat chilly Crag of Doom. Long has this crag lain in those impressive peaks, less impressively hiding its occupant. And in this nucleus of nasties, one nasty in particular is currently practicing his nastiness in a very nasty way. Or would be, if he hadn't gotten himself tangled up in his swirling cloak of evil again.
Oh, that's better. Thanks, Mr. Snuggles. I guess I did it again, didn't I? Huh. Well, it's a good thing you're so clever with those claws. Who's a clever kitty, helping Daddy to overcome his sudden inexplicable disability? Clever kitty deserves a treat for being so clever. Ta-da! Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but Worm, that's just an ordinary dried anchovy like we always have. And you'd be right. But, my little friend, no more shall we be forced to eat so much freeze-dried food. No more will we have to rely on my fishing skills, or, lack of them. No more will I miscalculate when I swoop down to the river, get my wings wet, and be carried all the way to the goat village without any fish to show for it. No more, I tell you, no more! I think I need to schedule some evil laughter practice tonight. But first, with the spell I've been learning, I shall set us free from the shackles of poor dietary requirements. I shall turn this measly anchovy into a mega-sized salmon. Where are you going? It'll work this time, I swear. See? All you have to do is take my wand, say the incantation, point it at the fish, and voila! That means it'll be salmon time for Mr. Snuggy Poo. Or it will be as soon as you come out from under the bed. Don't you trust me, Mr. Snuggles? Mr. Snuggles? Ow! That's smart! Well, someone is a real grumpy puss today. Did you see what I did there? I called you a grumpy puss, which is funny because you're a... Oh, never mind. I'm pumped, primed, and ready to transform this sucker. Now, what was that spell again? Oh, yes. By my troth, thy shape be torn. From this way, this look, this form. First unwrap, then reform. I command thee to transform. Bin, bin, salad, bin. Oh dear. Not quite what I had in mind. Hey, Mr. Snuggles, how do you feel about fishing for your supper in the brand new pond I put in the middle of our kitchen? At least this way neither of us can get washed downstream. No, you're right. I guess the piranhas were going a bit far. But perhaps I can throw our enemies into it. If, we had any real enemies. And I didn't faint at the sight of blood. Do you know something, Mr. Snuggles? I'm not sure I'm cut out for all this dark magic stuff. I mean, I'm a Grimwing. The Grimwing family has always been brilliant dark sorcerers. I'm supposed to keep all the traditions and things alive, but I can't even cast a simple spell. Maybe Dad was right. Maybe I am a loser. By the time he was my age, he drained the life force of an entire village at once to recharge his magic wand, enslaved a dragon prince into being his steed, and fought the king of the griffins to a standstill. What have I done? I suck at magic. My wand is running on fumes. The last time I saw a dragon, it tried to barbecue me. And the King of Griffins thought I was a fledgling! A fledgling! If it weren't for you by my side, Mr. Snuggles, I wouldn't have anyone. Mr. Snuggles? What are you doing with my spell book? Careful! If you knock it off the lectern, it'll squash you! Aw, isn't that sweet? He's pretending to read. Oh, I love it when you try to help me, Mr. Snuggy Poo. You always look so cute when you mess around with my potions ingredients, pushing them into my cauldron with your tail. Or get into my spell stash and unroll all the scrolls, or... Huh? What's on that page that has you so interested? Oh no, I didn't use a dried anchovy as a bookmark again by mistake, did I? I can't see any anchovy. Just this translating tongue spell. I learned this one when Dad first gave me my wand. He made my wand just like his father made his. He flew to the highest peak of the Mystic Mountains, broke off the branch of one of the bitter tears trees that grow there, whittled it down to a wand shape using his own claws, split it in two down the middle, plucked a feather from over my heart and sealed it in between the two halves so it's truly mine. He's such a traditionalist when it comes to magic. An observant teacher, too. See? Here's the doodles I did of flowers and bunnies while he was demonstrating proper spellcasting poses. And here's the indent from where my beak landed after he spotted me. Dad would have been able to do a transformation spell. No problem. I'll never be half the sorcerer he is. Oh, Mr. Snuggles, are you trying to get me to cast something simple to get my confidence up? That's it, isn't it? Oh, what a wonderful, wonderful kitty you are. I could just hug you. In fact, I think I will. Okay then, maybe later. But you're definitely due for some huggles, Mr. Snuggles. I knew rescuing you was the right thing to do. You're the best friend a griffin could ever have. Who needs a dog when they could have a cat like you? Now, let's see. I should have enough power left in my wand for this. Words aloud meet words unsung. Forth I call thee throat, mouth, lung. Let words flow from old to young. I command thee, share thy tongue. Bin, bin, salad bin! Mr. Snuggles?
Well, what did you expect, fool? You cast a translation spell.
Yes, but I was aiming at the piranha pond.
What? Why?
I thought it might be fun to find out what piranha think. It can't all be right? But this is pretty cool too.
Pretty cool. You really are the master of understatement, aren't you?
I'm the master of something? Goody!
All the magical creatures in this thrice-damned world, and I had to get plucked out of the river by this one. Come, fool. We have work to do.
We do?
Indeed. You have something I need. Or rather, you can do something that I cannot.
I can?
Indeed.
Is it lots of snuggly hugs and belly rubs?
No! Well, maybe the belly rubs sound good, but if you try to hug me again, I will claw your eyes out and use them as decorative ornaments.
Mr. Snuggles!
What, fool?
Somebody's asking for no dinner tonight.
Yeah!
Owie, owie, owie!
Good night, honey.
Oh, sorry, Bucket. I didn't see you there.
You're done for the day?
Yes. Do you have much left to do?
Just this corridor. I, had a little accident with the vacuum earlier.
Did you set it to blow instead of suck again?
No. Yes, I did. But in my defense, that button should be better labeled.
Oh, Bucket. Bucket, do you like being a janitor?
It's okay. What I'd really like, though, is to be a royal guard.
Yes, I guessed that. So, at the risk of sounding like an idiot, why haven't you joined up instead of working here? You were working for Mr. Waddle and Mr. Waddle long before I was hired, weren't you?
Oh, I've tried to join. Lots of times. I filled out the application forms and everything.
There are application forms for becoming a royal guard? Oh. I'd always imagined it was less bureaucratic than that.
Uh-huh. And the forms are pages and pages and pages long. They ask all sorts of weird questions, too. Like, they want to know if you know your own name and get you to write it down to prove it. What kind of moron doesn't know his own name? Some of the questions are super personal, too. On every form I filled out, they've asked about,
What?
You know.
No, I don't. Excuse me?
If I've ever had...
I'm sorry, Bucket. You're talking so quietly, I really can't make out what you're saying.
Sex!
Oh!
Sex! They've asked if I've ever had... it!
Sweet Celestia! The Royal Guard will ask you that?
Uh-huh. It was a little box at the top. It said, sex, and only had enough room to write yes or no.
Bucket, it was asking if you're a stallion or a mare.
Really? Oh, pony feathers.
Well, at the very least, you gave the admissions pony a good laugh. I take it you never heard back.
Well, sure I did. Every time. They were really prompt, too. Personal and punctual. That's the kind of heroic pony I want to be.
And what did they say?
That I wasn't experienced enough. Apparently they get colts from all the military academies applying, and they're all experts in combat and weapons and how to march in a line without falling over or turning the wrong way and crashing into some pony. I tried practicing that at home, but I had to practice in the yard after I broke a lamp. And the coffee table. And, the oven. And the bathtub, though I'm still trying to figure out how that one even happened. Anyway, the Royal Guard make exceptions for ponies who show outstanding skills, acts of heroism, and dedication to the Royal Guard creed, and told me I should try again when I have more experience.
Royal Guard creed?
Oh, it's really important. It's like this set of rules the Royal Guards have to stick to, like treat every pony equally, and to never show fear, and to face each problem with pluck and aplomb. I'm not really sure what that last one means, but it sounds really impressive. I've been trying to live my life by the creed for ages. I figure if I do, sooner or later some pony will notice, and then they can be my reference on the next application, and then the Royal Guard will have to let me in.
Wow. You've certainly got it all planned out, haven't you?
Uh-huh. I've wanted to be a Royal Guard ever since I was a colt. I only became a janitor because I had to.
You had to?
Yep. It's a family tradition thing, passed down the line. My father was a janitor, and so was his father, and his father's father, and so was his father's father's father, and his father's 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 father.
And his father before him?
Actually, no. He was a village idiot, but he dreamed of becoming a janitor.
I see. But you don't want to be?
Not really. Don't tell anyone, but I'm not actually very good at it.
Your secret's safe with me. Though, you can't be too bad at it. Your cutie mark is a mop. That must mean you're better than you think you are.
Thanks, honey. You're aces.
Thanks, I think. Listen, Buckets, about earlier. I'm sorry I was so snappy with you. I was just snowed under with work, and I needed a cup of tea, but we were all out, and I was horrid to you, and I'm sorry.
Aw, don't worry about it. I know how you are about tea. Oh, remember that time you went to the store and they'd completely run out, and you went to every store in Ponyville and none of them had any because Pinkie Pie was having that gigantic tea party and had bought it all?
I thought we agreed not to talk about that, Bucket.
Well, yeah, but I've never seen your eye twitch like that before, and you have to admit, it was really funny when you tried to gallop to Colchester on your lunch break to buy some tea bags there. It's more than 50 miles!
Bucket.
And then Big Macintosh had to bring you back to town on the Apple family cart after he found you in a heap outside Sweet Apple Acres.
Yes, well, I've never been very good at cardiovascular exercise. It's sweaty and horrible, and I wasn't thinking very straight that day.
Well, you can say that again. Good thing Big Macintosh was passing Pinky's tea party.
Yes, well, I really do need to beetle off right now. I have nothing in the fridge, so I have to call at the grocery store on the way home. Bye, Bucket!
Bye. Honey.
Right, so I have Earl Grey, Assam, Darjeeling, peppermint, nettle and chamomile tea bags, and the milk and honey to go in them. Now, I need some lemons for the Earl Grey and some carrots to munch on so my stomach doesn't think my throat has been cut. Neither of which are here. I suppose I could get a lemon cake slice and a carrot cake slice. That's almost the same. I'm going to start looking like a cake slice soon. How the hey are the ponies of Ponyville not all the size and shape of blimps from ingesting all these calories? These sweet, delectable, tasty calories. Oh, goodness, am I drooling? Then again, I suppose periodically fending off the apocalypse does tend to burn off excess flab. I wonder if they have any... Oh my goodness, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Are you all right? Did I step on you?
No,
I honestly didn't see you standing so close behind me.
you were talking to yourself.
I was? Good heavens, I suppose I was, wasn't I? It's a bad habit of mine, I'm afraid.
I wasn't afraid. I was just standing close to you so other ponies thought you were talking to me instead of yourself.
You were? How sweet of you.
That's okay. My mommy says we should always be nice to other ponies, especially those less fortunate than we are. That way, nice things will happen to us in return. It's all a big circle of niceness.
A wise mare, your mother.
Oh, there she is. Mommy! Mommy, over here!
Muffin, what have I told you about wandering off? Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Was my daughter bothering you?
No, she was being nice to me.
Like in the circle, Mommy. Remember? Remember what you said about the niceness circle?
I remember, Muffin. I also remember telling you not to bother strangers.
It's fine, really. She wasn't bothering me. Inducting me into an amateur care in the community scheme and innocently pointing out my symptoms of encroaching madness and descent from plain old singledom into crazy cat lady territory, but bothering me? No.
Oh, good. Hey, do I know you? I'm sure I know you from somewhere. I deliver mail all over town, so I see a lot of faces, and yours looks familiar. Let me think. First I go to Sweet Apple Acres, then Celery Grange, then Carrot Farmstead. You look a bit too scrawny to be a farm pony. From there I go to the library, and then... I know! Don't you work at Sugar Cube Corner?
No.
Carousel Boutique?
Afraid not.
The Satin Slipper Sweet Shop?
Nope.
Quills and Sofas?
No.
Bells and Whistles?
Nope.
Bows and Arrows?
What?
Swords and Scabbards?
No,
Lace and Latex?
Excuse me?
Whips and Chains?
No!
Pools and...
P.W. Waddle and Son. I work at P.W. Waddle and Son.
The Realtors? I know that place. I deliver there right after Lacy Lovelies and before Dingly Dangly Dongly Doos. I have a really weird mail route. So, are you related to Mr. Waddle and, Mr. Waddle?
No, I'm just their secretary. I answer the phone, type up documents, brew coffee strong enough to dissolve spoons, make sure the pot plants don't die. You know, the really important stuff.
Oh, so I've probably delivered mail to you before.
Yes, you're rather a hard pony to forget, Miss Hooves, especially after one has squeegeed you off the window a few times.
Whoops, my bad. Sometimes my aim isn't so good.
Yes, I'd noticed. The door is 3 floors below our windows.
Mommy, can I get a drink from the chiller cabinet?
Sure thing, Muffin. Just stay where I can see you this time, okay?
Okay.
I gotta say, I like it better when you or Bucket help me get off the windows. Mr. Waddle, the old Mr. Waddle, he just yells at me. One time, Mr. Waddle, the younger Mr. Waddle, I mean, the one younger than the old one, who's so old because he's his dad, so, of course he'd have to be older than the young one, who I guess, of course, would be younger because he's the Ann's son from their name, isn't he? The name on the side of the building, I mean, not their name. Pony feathers. I think my brain just tied itself into a pretzel. Doesn't it get confusing calling them both Mr. Waddle?
Sometimes, but generally I only speak to Mr. Waddle Sr. Mr. Waddle Jr., he doesn't talk much.
I know! Like I was trying to say before my brain got all twisty-turny. One time when he was alone in the office and I was delivering mail, he tried to help me inside and the other Mr. Waddle came back and yelled at him so loud I thought my eardrums would burst. The nice Mr. Waddle just did this weird squeaky thing with his mouth shut, even when I said thank you to him for helping me.
Yep, that sounds about right. Mr. Waddle Sr. loves the sound of his own voice, especially at ear-bleeding volumes, even if the rest of the world wished he would tie his tongue in a knot and cast a silence spell on himself, or take an extended vacation, or swallow his own stapler, or...
It seems like you don't like him very much.
Really? Whatever gave you that idea?
My boss is great. He never minds if I crash into things as long as I get the mail delivered on time and don't do any lasting property damage. I've developed a way to hit a window but not make a single crack in it. I like it when it's my turn to do weather duty, but I like being a mail pony even more.
Yes, well, liking your job isn't everything. Some of us have other pursuits to make us happy, like crossword puzzles, or playing solitaire, or drinking tea, or rearranging our sock drawer into colour order on a Friday night. Oh, sweet Celestia, I'm pathetic.
You're not pathetic. Those all sound like really fun things to do. I like tea, but I'm no good at crossword puzzles. Still, I'd sure as hey rearrange my sock drawer. Only I don't have one. And besides, Friday night is when Dinky and I bake muffins for the weekend.
That sounds really nice.
Uh-huh, it sure is. If you don't mind me asking, if you don't like working for Mr. Waddle, why do it?
Because it's my job, of course. Useful for little things like paying the rent and buying nutritious food to put on my table. Or cakey facsimiles of it, at least. I couldn't stay in Ponyville if I didn't have a job.
But like that job, every pony should work at something they love. Otherwise they'd be sad and bitter and sarcastic all the time.
Yes, well, it's complicated. Anyway, I must be going now. Lovely talking to you, Miss Hooves.
Oh, please. Call me Derpy. Every pony does.
Derpy, yes, thank you. Mustache, I have to do that thing at the place that isn't here. The place that isn't here. Because it's somewhere else. Where I need to be. Now. Not on my own, like a complete sado, of course. With other ponies. Completely real and not made up ponies who are at that place. Bye.
Mommy, she left her shopping cart. She didn't buy her groceries. She might need them. Should we go after her?
I don't think we'll catch her, Muffin.
What do you mean you don't have enough power?
Exactly what I said. My wand doesn't have enough magic left in it to do more than boil an egg.
I don't want an egg. I want you to cast a spell.
Steady on, Mr. Snuggles. Honestly, I'm beginning to regret casting that translation spell. It used up all of my wand's power, and the only thing you've done since you learned to talk is yell and threaten me.
I was always yelling and threatening you. You just couldn't understand it before. Damn your eyes and curse your claws. What am I supposed to do now? I can't stay this way. I've tried making potions and using invocations of my own, but neither work in this accursed magically challenged body. There's less magic in this thing than in a rock. The longer I spend in this ridiculous form, the more I discover how much I hate.
Hang on. Stay this way? Stay what way? Mr. Snuggles? I think that spell has done more than let you talk. I think it's done something to your brain.
My brain is working perfectly adequately. More than adequately. I may have no capacity for magic, but I have more cognitive supremacy in the tip of my tail than you have in that entire hollow food dish in waiting you call a skull.
Say what?
Enough! We shall rectify this situation.
Rectify? That just sounds rude.
Silence, fool!
You keep calling me that, but it's not my name. I know there haven't exactly been lots of visitors calling in to see me since you came to live here, so you haven't heard anyone say it out loud. But my name is Worm. Well, actually, that's just what everyone calls me, but...
Worm, eh? A fitting epithet.
Oh, now you're just making words up.
Silence, Worm, or you shall feel the rake of my claws again. And this time, I will aim for far more tender places than a creature of my stature is especially able to reach. Our path is clear. I require magic, and you can cast it, poor as you are at the task. If your wand requires power, then we must give it power. Then you can cast the spell I require, and I shall finally be truly free!
Free from what? I know you're free from fleas because I gave you that flea bath just last week. And it's not like you pay any rent because, well, you're a cat. And...
Silence! You incontrovertible wretch of a flying chicken!
Now that's taking things a bit too far, Mr. Snuggles. I think it's time I reverse that translation spell. Or, I would if my wand wasn't out of power. Oh, Shazbot!
Tell me, wretch, how might one restore power to your wand?
I told you! It's Worm, not Wretch! And even that's not my real...
Yeah!
Ah! You drain life force! You drain life force!
The life force of what?
Anything! Living things are best, especially magical ones! Please let me go!
Magical things. Like ponies?
I guess so!
Excellent.
So much hurting!
Very well then. It's time for us to abandon this shabby excuse for a dwelling. Pick yourself up, fool. We're leaving.
We are?
Yes. You have wings. It's time for you to use them.
But I never leave the mountains. This is my home. I can't cause any problems for anyone else when I mess up spells if there's no one else around. Although, I guess right now that doesn't matter, does it? Because I can't cast spells with the drained wand.
Your mental acuity is truly startling.
You know... Ow! Something, Mr. Snuggles. I don't think you're a very... nice kitty after all.
Morning, Mr. Waddle Sr.
Oh, yes. Good morning. You?
Bucket, sir.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Waddle Jr.
Oh, good morning. You?
Bucket, sir.
Yes, good morning. You?
Come on, every pony, smile, smile, smile. Fill my heart up with sunshine, sunshine. All I really need's a... Morning, honey.
Bucket? Sweet Celestia, what are you doing out there?
I'm cleaning the windows. What does it look like?
A suicide attempt! You don't have any safety equipment on!
I've got my helmet.
You're holding on to the outside of the building! We're 3 stories up! Get back inside, quick!
But I haven't finished... Whoa! Steady on! That tail's attached!
Honestly, Bucket, what if you'd fallen?
I'm wearing my helmet.
And a sun hat on top of it. A sun hat with little roses and pink ribbons on it.
Well, you see, I got a little, self-conscious about the whole toilet brush thing, but I figured I'd feel less embarrassed if Nopony could see it. So I wore this hat to disguise it. Now Nopony will know, and I won't look stupid so I won't feel self-conscious. Smart, huh?
I suppose it does make sense in a not really kind of way. Why are you here so early, anyway? There can't be anyone in the office yet.
Actually, Mr. Waddle Sr. just went in. And Mr. Waddle Jr., actually.
What? Pony feathers. I'm supposed to make their coffee.
Bye, honey. How in the hay am I supposed to clean these windows now?
Uh-oh! Look out!
Yipes!
Thanks for opening the window. For a second, I thought I was gonna crash right into it.
Gosh, Derpy, are you okay? You hit that wall pretty hard.
Fun I am. Package you a got for.
What?
I got you a package for
What?
Golly, that's better. Got a package for you, Bucket.
Really? For me? Oh, you shouldn't have. It's not even my birthday.
Actually, I think it's something you ordered. The address is all smudged, see, so I couldn't tell what it actually said. But you can make out a B here and a K over here, and it looks just like all those other packages I delivered to you, so I figured it must be yours. I took it to your house first, but you weren't there, so I brought it here instead.
Well, I did collect 100 potato chip bags so I could send off for a set of hoof guards. Is the package heavy?
Uh-huh.
Cool! It must be them! Gosh, that was quick. I only mailed the bags yesterday. You're a really great mailmare, Derpy, if you can deliver stuff this fast.
Aw, shucks. You say the nicest things, Bucket. Uh-oh, I gotta go. I've got a letter for the mayor and it says important on the front. Bye, Bucket!
Bye, Derpy. Look out for the... wall.
Whoops, my bad. This time I got it.
Oh, wow. I can't believe they're here already. Huh? That's not my hoof guards.
So you understand, my good sir, what I am getting at here, in this instance, forthwith, right now, at this very moment in time?
Oh, yes, I understand completely. Thank you for seeing me at such a short notice.
Of course. Now, you said you were looking for a house in Ponyville.
Or an apartment, or a room to rent, or a shed. Anything really, just as long as it has 4 walls. And even that's negotiable.
Yes. I might ask, my good sir, I wanted to move here, to these parts, in this area, so quickly, vast, and with so much haste.
Huh? Oh, I have my reasons.
My good sir, forgive me for asking, but you are not in any trouble with the law, are you? You're not being pursued by authorities or other unsavory types who did you a, shall we say, favor, and whom you are now hiding from in order to avoid a set of cement booties.
What? Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm no criminal, and I'm not mixed up with any either. I get hives just crossing the street anywhere but at a crosswalk.
But you are hiding.
Whatever gave you that idea?
My good sir, do not mistake my concerns for impoliteness. I am merely playing, shall we say, the devil's advocate.
Devil? Devil? You have devils here? I thought Ponyville was a safe place. You have that student of Princess Celestia's living here, don't you? And the elements of harmony. Don't they keep this town safe?
The bearers of the elements do indeed reside in this town. They are, in point of fact, as it happens, ipso facto, in truth, our little town's pride and joy. Without them, Ponyville would be little more than a blip on the map. So you can understand why ponies like myself might wonder why a creature such as yourself would be interested in moving here. Might it be because of those same ponies?
you mean?
Well, my very good sir, it strikes me as slightly strange that you would want to move here, apropos of nothing, with no reason you're willing to share, and so gosh darn quickly. Added to that, you brought up Princess Celestia's student and the bearers of the elements. Now you can see my disquiet here.
I'm afraid I don't. I just want to live in Ponyville, and you're the only realtor in town.
True, 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 true.
Actually, we aren't.
Thank you, son. That'll be all from you. Don't you have some filing to do?
No.
I'm sure you have something to do. In the other room. Right now. Correct?
Oh, yes, Father.
He's a good boy, but not much hay in the loft, if you know what I mean. His mother was the same, Celestia rest her soul. Of course she had the advantage of being beautiful. A stupid but beautiful mare who doesn't talk is one of the greatest creations in this gosh darn beautiful world, I reckon. My boy, though, well, he's a dab hoof at crunching numbers, so his looks don't matter much, and math doesn't care. He literally can't say boo to a goose. Now, getting back to what I was saying, I'm afraid it may be a long time before I can find you suitable accommodation here in Ponyville.
Oh.
We've had a real explosion in our population since Twilight Sparkle came to us, and especially after all the actions of the elements of harmony hit the equestrian press. Generally, a lot of them are simply gawkers, you understand. Lollygaggers, rubberneckers, those in search of a spectator sport in which to play. These are not, indeed, if truth be told, in fact, effect, and actuality, the manner of citizens of the type, kind, or nature that we wish to encourage, promote, or consent to the geographical transference thereof. Plus, you mentioned them keeping our sweet little town safe, and, well, I'm afraid that this is simply not the case. They import as much trouble as they solve, so you should try elsewhere to find a town more suited to your particular, specific, exact, precise, and, indeed, individualistic needs, necessities, and requirements. I'm sure you understand my meaning.
Actually, not really.
Good. Well, I'm glad we had this chat, my very, very good sir. And I'm so glad you chose to come to P.W. Waddle & Son for your real estate needs. We always aim to find the right house for the right creature.
But...
Thank you. What did you say your name was again?
Zero. But...
Zero? My, but isn't that an unusual name? An atypical title, an extraordinary epithet, a strange sobriquet, and indeed an odd appellation. Aren't goats usually named after flowers and other flora?
Well, yes.
So is that, in point of fact, your actual name?
Yes, it is.
The name you were born with? The one your dear mother and father gave you? The one they selected, chose, and picked out especially for their little kid?
Look, Mr. Waddle, sir, I'm willing to live anywhere. Seriously, I'll stay in someone's outhouse if I have to.
That, my very, very, very good sir, is completely out of the question. Ponyville is full. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. The way the cookie crumbles, the way the ball bounces, the way the mop flops, and the way the pancake lands.
But...
the way the toast pops up, the way the fly flies, the way the duck swims, and the way the yada yada, as in yada yada yada. Those, my very, very, very good sir, are the breaks, and we must live with them. Rest assured we have your details on file, and will contact you as soon as possible if a place opens up, becomes available, or indeed is presented to us.
But please...
Bunny!
It's Honey, sir.
Show Zero here to the door, will you? There's a good girl.
Yes, sir. If you'll follow me this way, sir.
But I...
Good day, my good sir. Do you have the client details from that appointment, Sonny?
It's... Yes, sir.
Good. Shred them.
Sir?
You heard me. Dispose of them. I want them gone before you go home today.
But Mr. Waddle, he spent over an hour filling in all the paperwork, in triplicate, like you asked. And you said you'd contact him if...
I'm perfectly aware of what I said. Shred it all. Ponyville is not in need of his kind. Honestly, a goat. Whatever next? It's bad enough that we have donkeys, a mule, and a dragon living here. Now we're letting goats too.
But...
Are we to take in sheep next? Or do those cows from the edge of town want to move their herd inward and take over things? Or how about griffins, wyverns, and timber wolves? One will only need to another, you mark my words. Well, not if I have anything to say about it. Ponyville should be for ponies. For Celestia's sake, the name should say it all. Ponyville, not Donkeyville, not Dragonville, not Muleville, Cowville, Sheepville, and definitely not Goatville. The nerve of that little turd, wanting to freeload on our town's fame. He should go back to the mountains where he belongs.
To be fair, sir, I don't think that was why he wanted to move here.
Of course it was. You heard him. He wants to live here because of Twilight Sparkle in her group. The next thing you know, we'll have a sheep as mayor, and frogs on the town council, and rabbits running the place, all to the detriment of we indigenous ponies. I simply cannot allow that.
Father, I think you're overreacting.
Oh, do shut up, Junior. No pony wants to hear your opinion, or has the patience to wait long enough for you to say it. Do you have the file on Daffodil Cottage? I couldn't see it in the cabinet earlier.
Yes, sir.
We need to get some pony into that place soon. It's been on our books for almost a year now, and empty houses mean empty pockets for us. Whip up another advert, Junior. It can go in tomorrow's edition of the Equestrian Inquirer.
Yes, sir. I'll get right on it.
Don't stand there saying you'll get right on it, you fool. Actually do it.
Yes, sir.
A goat. I ask you, what is the world coming to when I have to fend off common goats from getting in?
Good night, Mr. Waddle. And good night, Mr. Waddle.
Yes, yes, yes. Good night, Winnie.
Honey, Mr. Waddle.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
No, shut up, Junior. She'll never go home.
Never mind. I've only been working here for 6 bloody months. Far too soon for you to learn my...
Honey!
Ah! Sweet Celestia Bucket, you nearly gave me a heart attack.
Sorry, but I really need to talk to you.
Excuse me?
I said I really...
Yes, I got that part. About what? And why were you hiding in the broom closet? You didn't accidentally break something important, did you? Because if I help you cover it up again, we're both risking our jobs.
No, that's not it. Come here.
Bucket, I'm not getting in the broom closet with you.
It'll only be for a minute.
That's what my last boyfriend said too. The answer is still no.
I just want to show you something.
Bucket, you're really not helping your case.
Something important.
No.
Something you've never seen before.
Definitely no.
Something that could change the course of your life.
Pony feathers. Have you been reading those How to Chat Up Mares articles again? I've told you time and time again, those things are full of rubbishy pickup lines.
Honey, I need to show you my package.
That's it, I'm leaving.
It's a big glowy rock that talks.
Okay, I'll admit I've never heard it called that before. So you get points for creativity.
No, honey, a real rock, like the kind you find in the dirt and covered in moss, only this one's small and pinky purpley blue greeny glowy sparkly spangly jangly.
Pinky purpley... What?
Derpy delivered a parcel this morning, and I thought it was the new hoof guards I ordered, only it wasn't. It was this weird glowy rock thing, and when I picked it up, it talked to me.
The rock talked to you. Have you been sniffing the cleaning fluids? Rocks don't talk.
Well, this one does. That's why I want to show it to you.
Me? Why me?
Because you're the smartest pony I know. And because you're the only one who'd actually listen to me and not just think I was being stupid again, like Mr. Waddle Sr. would.
Oh. Go on then, show me the talking rock.
Yes! This way!
Bucket, just for clarity's sake, why exactly do you have to show it to me in the broom closet, of all places?
For privacy. I didn't want any pony else to see it in case it was all in my imagination. You know, like that time I fried those mushrooms that were growing in my yard and thought the walls were telling me to wash them with treacle.
This thing isn't dangerous, is it?
Of course not, I think. Probably. I'm sure it's fine. There isn't much room until you get further in. I pushed the box right to the back. If we squash in a bit, we can both... fit.
I'm having second thoughts about this.
Huh?
Couldn't you have taken the brooms out first? Hey! Is that your hoof?
Sorry, didn't mean to put it there. Or there. And definitely not there.
I'm going to put mine somewhere you won't like in a minute. At high speed with a sharp impact at the end. So where's this talking rock then?
Here.
Sweet Celestia.
See? I told you it glows. And that's not even the best part.
I think all my fur is standing on end.
Touch it.
What? No!
Oh, go on. You won't regret it.
I already regret agreeing to any of this. What will it do if I touch it?
You'll see.
Bucket.
Nothing bad, I promise. Cross my heart and hope to die, stick a cupcake in my eye. Ow!
I am such an idiot. Good gravy, it tingles. So what does it...
Greetings to thee, fair maiden.
It talked! Inside my head! It talked inside my head!
Verily, I did.
I told you! Isn't it awesome?
No, not really.
I am the Stone of Ages, and thou art...
Thoroughly unnerved.
A strange name, to be sure. Greetings, thoroughly unnerved. Thou art the second pony in this party of heroes?
No, my name isn't... Wait, what?
Bucket the Brave told true when he spoke of thee, though he fear he did not mean thee correctly. To make not a full party, but it is a good start.
Party of heroes? Bucket the Brave? Bucket, what have you done?
Well, when I first picked up the stone, I was totally weirded out too. But then it told me all about this quest thing and how it helps heroes go on it. And I figured, wow, a for real quest set by a for real magic stone with for real magical magic? That's sure to get the Royal Guard admissions ponies to notice me, right? But the stone said I needed some pony else or it wouldn't tell me the details. So of course, I thought of you.
Of course. Because I'm the natural choice for a quest. What with all my rampant survival skills, magical powers, and ability to type 60 words a minute.
Well, I don't know what kind of quest it'll be, so maybe that'll come in useful. You never know.
Yes, actually, I do know. And what I know is that I am getting out of here before things get any more peculiar than they already are.
Though thou art but only two, I shall convey my quest to you. Listen, ponies, and listen well. Thou must go where eagles dwell.
Oh, wonderful! It's in rhyme, too.
Shh!
Strong of spirit, brave of heart, these instructions I impart. Go thee where the trees grow dense, where darkness reigns will thy quest commence. From there take the longest way, journeyed by light of day. Cross the wasteland, trail the creek, then climb up the highest peak. There shalt thou find riches free, but only one is meant for thee. Wisely choose, for choosing wrong shall make thee sing a mournful song. yet choosing right shall bring elation. Wishes 3 to raise thy station, give thee riches, power or more, thy names be sung from shore to shore. Dangerous this quest may be, but take it, heroes, for wishes 3.
Wow! Brilliant! Did you hear that, honey? 3 wishes! If we do this, we get 3 wishes! Wait, hang on. Is that 3 wishes each, or 3 wishes between us?
To be shared amongst thy party, wishes 3 to make thee hearty.
That rhyme was stretching it a bit.
For a century I have been under fetter, so I say I'd like to see thee do better.
Under fetter? You've been imprisoned.
Indeed I have, fair maiden, yea, until now I was locked away. A sorcerer who always frowned, stored but didn't write it down. Thus I languished, thus I wept, as from the world I was so kept. Yet by my trot, now I am free, and so this quest I impart to thee.
Do you have to say everything in rhyme?
Actually, no, but I find it helps with the whole mystical artifact thing. Really adds ambiance when you get your instructions in verse. It wouldn't have quite the same impact if I just said, go west through the Everfree Forest and hang a left at the castle ruins.
Everfree Forest, west, go left at the ruins. Got it!
Oh, Shazbud.
Oh, no. 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 Bucket, you are not going on this quest.
Yes, I am. This is my chance, honey. Don't you see? This is how I can make it happen. The Royal Guard, my dream, everything. This is how I can make myself stand out so the admissions ponies notice me. Remember? Outstanding skills, acts of heroism, and dedication to the Royal Guard creed. This covers all 3. I'll be a shoo-in.
No, you'll get yourself killed.
No, I won't. It's a great idea.
It's a terrible idea. The Everfree Forest. Are you totally stark raving mad? No pony goes into the Everfree.
Well, the Elements of Harmony did.
Take another look at that sentence and tell me why it proves I'm right. No, don't bother, I'll tell you. You're not an element of harmony. You don't have any magic whatsoever. You're just a plain old earth pony like me. You'll be dead within 10 seconds of going into that stupid wood. If a manticore doesn't get you, you'll fall down a hole, or get sucked into quicksand, or trip over a fallen branch and break your neck, or...
Hey, I'm not that clumsy.
Bucket, last week you got stuck with your overalls over your head and nearly suffocated. You cannot go into the Everfree Forest. Never mind the rest of the guff this stupid rock came out with.
Hey, verily I do resent that remark. What is guff?
You're not going.
I am, and you can't stop me. This is my dream.
What? To die horribly and painfully and probably very embarrassingly, though that part won't matter because there won't be any pony around to see you die?
No, to be a Royal Guard. I've been rejected 12 times, honey. 12! The last time they said I'd need to do something major for them to even read any future applications. I'm a janitor. Major heroic things don't happen to janitors. And like you said, I don't have any magic, so it's not like I can do anything to protect Ponyville the next time something tries to knock it down. This is my chance to do something worthy of the Royal Guards. If I can pull this off, they'd have to let me in.
But you...
Please, honey. If you're worried about me, you could always come along too.
This isn't... It's madness. Absolute madness. I'm a secretary, not a hero. I wear glasses just so I can walk down the street without bumping into things. I collapsed after a short gallop over the town border. The high spot of my day is my tea break. I'm not hero material. No, I'm sorry, Bucket. I can't. I just can't.
Oh, that's okay. I understand.
I'm getting out of the broom cupboard now.
Okay.
Are you going to get out?
What? Oh, I guess so. Sorry.
Oh! Hello, Mr. Waddle. And hello, Mr. Waddle. How nice to see you. This isn't what it looks like.
It looks, Bunny, like you were having assignation in the broom closet. I hope you know our policy on such hanky-panky around the office.
Yes, sir, I do, sir. Sorry, sir. It won't happen again, sir.
I should think not. Such tawdry goings-on are not fitting for an establishment such as ours. I must admit I'm disappointed in you, Bunny. I had thought you had higher standards than to enact a vulgar tryst with the janitor.
It won't happen again, sir, because I'm giving notice.
What?
Yes, sir. I quit. Right now. Consider this my last day. You can dock my pay in lieu of the week's notice I was supposed to give, but I won't be in on Monday. Come on, Bucket.
Okay.
Bunny, come back here at once. I won't be spoken to in such a manner. I demand that you come back here right now.
Sir, I will give you 2 answers. Short answer, no. Long answer, bugger off, you blustering old fart. And my name is Honey.
Gosh, honey, that was amazing. Really terrific.
Sweet Celestia, what have I done? Oh, Sunpony, fetch me a paper bag, quick. I think I'm going to hyperventilate.
You were awesome.
I just quit my job. 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 Why did I just quit my job? I need my job. It's useful for all sorts of things, like paying my rents and bills. It might not have been glamorous or well paid or exciting or even very nice, but it was mine and I just quit it and... Oh, sweet Celestia, why?
Honey?
Temporary insanity, that has to be it. Probably from exposure to whatever peculiar magic that talking rock is giving off. It must have driven me temporarily mad. I should go back. I should apologize and beg for my job back. I should...
Mr. Waddle Jr.!
I just wanted to say... That was the most wonderful thing I've ever seen you do, Miss Buzz. That I've ever seen any pony do, in fact. And I was in the market square on Nightmare Night. No pony ever stands up to my father. Not even me. So I just wanted to say... Well done, and thank you for doing what I could never do, and rendering him speechless. Blistering old fart. Priceless!
Cedric! Get your rump back in here right this minute, and stop consulting with those 2. If they're not gone in 60 seconds, I'm calling security to throw them out.
Yes, Father. Thank you, honey. It's just... thank you.
I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. So, what exactly does one pack for a heroic quest?
I haven't got a clue. Ooh, but I could ask the Stone of Ages.
You brought it with you?
Of course I did. Like I was gonna leave it behind. It's right here. It wants to talk to you.
Oh, it does it? Yes?
Art thou now in a better mood to begin thy quest?
Better mood? No. Ready to begin the quest? I guess so. I find myself suddenly bereft of many options.
Yes! You'll see, honey. This is going to be super duper extra special fantastically brilliantly awesome!
Oh. Buck.
You have been listening to episode 1 of the heroic tale of heroically heroic heroes. It featured in order of appearance Scribbler as Honey, Pounce as Bucket, Sweetly as Worm, and Deaf Funk as Mr. Snuggles. The part of Dinky was played by I Am Shadow 007, and Adoxographist voiced Derpy. Deadly Reg was Mr. Waddle Sr., Black Iris Balloon played Mr. Waddle Jr., and Quiet Water played Zero. The Stone of Ages was voiced by a bag of Vicodin, and your narrator was BrainedbySaucepans. It was written by Scribbler, with music by Reverb Brony, and art by Mystic Alpha, BrainedbySaucepans, Mikey Resan, Fuzga Biscuits, and Kanaheme-Zakini. Join us next time for episode 2. Adventuring is a Trixie business.